made up of lots of tiny particles, which we call atoms. In fact, they're so tiny that a single cell probably contains more than 100 trillion of them. And in today's video, we're going to explore just what these atoms are and what they're made of. The first thing to know is that each atom is made up of multiple smaller particles, and its basic structure is a central nucleus surrounded by electrons, which orbit around the nucleus in rings that we call shells. Although we've only shown one electron orbiting here, in reality all of the electrons would be moving all the time. The nucleus itself is made up of two different types of particles, protons and neutrons, which are packed together in a tight ball. Now, the most important thing to remember here is the structure of the atom that we've just been through, and also the relative mass and charge of each of the particles. The protons and the neutrons have the same mass, so we say that they both have a relative mass of 1. Electrons, meanwhile, are comparatively tiny and have a mass 2,000 times smaller, which is often written as just very small, or sometimes even 0. Charge is a bit different though. Protons are positive and have a 1 plus charge, and you can remember this as both proton and positive begin with a P. Neutrons have no charge, so we say they're neutral, and this is even easier to remember because the words neutron and neutral both start exactly the same way. Lastly, electrons have a negative charge, which is the same size as the positive charge of the proton, so -1. It can be easy to get all of these mixed up, but the best way to remember it is that we have positive protons and neutral neutrons. And then we know that the electrons are the only one left, so they must be the negative ones. And remember that both of the particles in the nucleus have a relative mass of 1, but the electrons on the outside are much tinier. The size of an atom depends on which element it is, and we'll see what elements are in the next video, but basically they are the different types of atoms. In general, we can say that atoms have a radius of around 0.1 nanometers,